Hey, what's up, guys? King J coming to you live from hell once again. Now, I want to go back to a certain topic that I've been talking about. It's no fap related, but I want to talk about the Coomer mentality. Now, I don't want to say things in a concrete, defined way like I know exactly how everything in everybody's situation is. You know, that's not what I'm here to do. What I'm here to do is provide my perspective. And I'm and I'm coming at this as I wouldn't even say an ex-Coomer. I just lived with a certain mentality for a really long period of my life. And terminologies keep changing. And terms keep changing and new terms keep coming once again. So the Coomer, if you don't know what this is, go watch my other video talking about Coomers and Simps. I have a couple videos about Coomers and Simps. But the idea about focusing on an attractive person and putting them on a pedestal. When you treat somebody like they're a star, they're going to treat you like a fan. When you assume somebody's too good for you, you make them too good for you. And that's how they're going to treat you, too good for you. And what does it all go back to? It all goes back to wanting, craving, needing, feeling that you're not good enough for something. You can't believe you're on the same planet as that individual. And for boys, you know, you it's like we look at girls like specimens under a microscope. It's like, whoa, I can't believe that exists. You know, and girls, they want to have fun. They want to enjoy. They want to post pictures. They want to make videos on TikTok, and they want to do all this stuff. You know, to them, that's the process. That's a fun process. It's not too deep for them. They like the validation. They like the likes. You know, they feel the pressure a lot of times. And that pressure comes from within them. So girls, when you are thinking that you have to look a certain way, be a certain way, and you want a specific type of attention, you have to really wonder, what is that doing for you? Why can't you give that to yourself? And boys, when you're feeling that loneliness of, I just want somebody to like me, and meanwhile you're liking a video and you're commenting in there on some simp shit, you know, you can't be questioning why, you know, nobody's looking at you in a particular way. Because you have to look at the way you're looking at other people. The way that you approach what you want is the way that you're going to receive or not receive what you want. When you approach it as, this is natural for me. You know, and I saw a thing that love is attraction based. It's not look based. The looks are, most of the time, they're irrelevant. They're really irrelevant because most of the time it's subjective to the person, to whoever's viewing another person. There's always attractive traits that you could find in anybody, you know? People, and you know, to get a little personal here, I realized a deep thing. I realized that I never felt unworthy of love. You know, I always felt worthy of love because I knew that love was deep connection. I knew love was conversations and just this deep emotional vibe. You know, I understood that. Always felt I didn't feel worthy of sex. I didn't feel wanted for just how I looked. I didn't feel, you know, I wanted somebody to use me, not need me. Just use me and let me go. And most people don't want that. Most people want the love. They want the validation. You know, I wanted just the physical because I thought that would mean that I'm wanted for more than just what I have on the inside. Most people are opposite. But I valued what I had on the inside. I valued my thoughts. I valued my beliefs. I valued myself in a particular way. But the less that I thought that I was, the more that I thought I was ugly when I looked in the mirror, the more that I didn't allow myself to see my attractiveness physically. And I was in these ideas, and I think what my brain did naturally was it attached itself to physical traits. Physical traits, they cannot be changed. So that this is me. This is me forever. I can't do anything about this particular thing about how I look. But in reality, the funny thing is I feel like that was like a manifestation of my inner self. The way that I felt about my inner self, which contradicts the value that I thought I gave my inside. I thought, man, I'm nothing without my personality, this and that and this and that. So then it goes deeper, and I had to think, okay, why wasn't I worthy even though I knew I had the personality? Was it really just physical? Or was it truly I didn't feel deserving of love? And it was this cycle. It's this cycle that keeps looping. But what I had to do is I don't question it. I don't need to question it. I just need to let it go and trust myself. Trust myself that I am attractive. I deserve love. I deserve whatever I desire. And the funny thing is, the more that I feel that, the less I desire. Letting go of desires. And it's funny because I used to really be into Buddhism and just like the idea of it. I like the concept. I really liked the idea of meditation. I really liked the idea of reaching nirvana. I really liked the idea of letting go of attachments, not realizing that I was so attached to people, to ideas, to places, and realizing that enlightenment doesn't come from knowledge. It comes from letting go of the knowledge you think you have, letting go of the person you think you are. And it's really funny because when I was in a really low state of mind, I would say things like, why would it even matter? I'm nothing. It doesn't even matter. I'm nothing. And now, as I progress, I have this other concept where it's like, it's all right. I'm nothing. I don't feel any pressure to be something. I'm just nothing, and I love myself. So it's almost an irony because it's this opposite yet same concept, the idea of I am nothing. Why do I have to be something? Why do I have to have a label? Why do I have to be a particular thing? Why can't I just enjoy everything I do? Because it's easy to put things in boxes. It's easy to feel organized that way. But the more that we put things in a box, the more that it's like we close that box. And we don't let it be free to evolve, change, and grow as humans are meant to do, as animals are meant to do, as life does. It evolves, it changes. We have ups and we have downs. We thrive. And what we need to do is, as we persist through this life, we must thrive on the change. Ride the waves. The thoughts, they come, they go. The beliefs, they are not concrete. They are allowed to develop and evolve. One of the things that I was afraid of was, I'm going to say a concept, or I'm going to say an opinion, I'm going to say an idea, and then I'll change my mind, and then I'll contradict it, and I'll have a video. And you know what? When I made the first Coomers and Simps, then I had to make another one. I was wrong about Coomers and Simps. And now, here we are again, on a totally different wavelength, talking about the Coomer mindset. So the Coomer mindset, it's deep rooted in valuing something and unintentionally, subconsciously devaluing self. We're putting something on a pedestal. We're putting a girl on a pedestal. She likes it up there, but she doesn't really want to be up there when she realizes that it's lonely up there. And most people, when you give them that power, they don't know what to do with that power. It goes to their head. If you had that power, if you knew that people saw you that way, it would put pressure on you. It would put pressure on you to be a particular thing. So if you fed into the wants and desires of everybody, you'd be torn apart. So I think it's crucial to remember that the more that you give into these desires, the more that you should be questioning why. And then once you feel that you have the answer to that question, or even before you even have the answer to that question, just letting it go. Just saying, you know what? It's really not that important. It's really not that deep, because I can recognize now that I'm putting something higher than me. And what is so bad about me that I can't enjoy this? So the deeper thing I had to do was I had to go to the parts of myself that I didn't want. And it's funny, I see it as that kid in class that the teacher does not want there. This class would run so smooth if that teacher would, if that kid would just get out of the teacher's classroom. But that kid is the kid that needs the love, needs the attention, needs the guidance. So the pieces of ourself that we don't like is that kid acting up, crying for help, saying, please notice me, please help me, I need help. And you need to be the one to give yourself that hug and say, you know what, dude? Even though I look like a burnt chicken nugget, I still love myself. And that type of love right there, that self-love, nobody can give you that. You know, nobody can give you what you can give yourself. And you can give yourself everything that you think you can get from somebody. You can make yourself come. But it's not what you think it is. You know, it's not what you want. You know, so the more that you keep getting what you think you want, and then it seems to be never enough because there's always something else on the list, is more reason to just throw the whole freaking list away. And just enjoy yourself, enjoy the process. And then you'll see that everything you used to want, everything you always wanted, just starts coming out, unfolding in front of you. Because it's not that deep. You were making it too important. You were adding too much value to things that didn't need all this value. You know what needs value? Yourself. The idea of who you are. The idea of what you're capable of. Give yourself that value. Give yourself that power. Persist with these ideas. And the more you realize, you know, there's nothing wrong with being a Coomer. There's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with a girl for wanting to show off her body. There's nothing wrong with a girl who wants to express herself freely. There's nothing wrong with that. But when it comes at the cost of mental health, if it comes at the cost of our own stability in our self-concept, then we have to really check ourselves and say, is this lifestyle, is this concept serving me? Or is it blocking me from truly enjoying what I want? And I think for me, it was truly blocking me. It wasn't, and this is something that's very exclusive to now, because back in the day, there was no social media. There was no constant gratification, constant posting. You know what I mean? The world was not the oyster that it is today. The opportunities were scarce. There was models, and the models all knew each other. Now there's millions and millions and millions of girls posing. There's millions of dudes trying. And it doesn't end. That cycle doesn't end. And the more you get caught up in it, you're just another rat in the race. Or do you want to break free out of the maze and enjoy your reality? Create a reality that's to be enjoyed. Without limits, without these ideas of everything needs to be a certain way, and I wish I could have this particular thing, and I wish this girl would want me, and I wish this guy would want me. Yeah, I'm getting validation here, here, and here, but I want it from this person. I need it from this person. I want it from my parents. You know, and the more that you let go of that, you trust yourself, you love yourself, and you just focus on that, the more that everything will just become easier and easier. So I could say stop cooming on some nofap shit. Or I could just say be aware of what you're doing and be living in a state of self-awareness and how it makes you feel. Not just when it feels good, not just in the sensation of the coom, but after. What are you thinking? What's that post-nut clarity telling you? It's telling you, man, we got to get it together sometimes. That's what it would be to me. Like, man, what am I doing? After that wears off, you know, after that wears off, it's just like, oh man, I don't even know what I'm doing. But I'm gonna continue on this journey. You know, I keep going back and forth, really contemplating these concepts, but I haven't given up, and I haven't changed my mind really. I just don't think about it that much. I just don't think about it that intensely anymore. The idea of being a Coomer, it just doesn't. I used to think it defined me. It doesn't really anymore. You know, I just enjoy stuff now. It's cool. It's not that deep. So, what do you think of the video? Let me know down below. If you like what you saw, give it a like. If you like all my videos, hit the subscribe button, tap the notification bell. Thank you all for watching. King J out.